जगद्गुरुं ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की बुद्ध गगन के तारे, परंपरा की पुण्य चेतना उर में हम सब धारे, उर में हम सब धारे। बाल हृदय में उसे जगाकर जगे देश यह सारा, गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा। समर्थ बनाओ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत। सच्चिदानंदं वासुदेवं व्रज धर्म संस्थापकं वीरं कृष्णं वंदे जगद्गुरुं। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा, भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा, भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा। संस्कृति का वैभव जग में सबसे न्यारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
भारतीय संस्कृति का वैभव जग में सबसे न्यारा। ज्ञान और विज्ञान यहीं से सबने पाया सारा। सेवा व्रतधारी युवा जगे पुरुषार्थी। वैज्ञानिकता विनय सभ्यता स्वभाव हो निस्वार्थी, स्वभाव हो निस्वार्थी। देशभक्ति में तेजस्वी हो फिर समाज यह सारा। गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
बुद्ध गगन के तारे।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
महावीर गोविंद शिवाजी बुद्ध गगन के तारे। परंपरा की पुण्य चेतना उर में हम सब धारे, उर में हम सब धारे। बाल हृदय में उसे जगाकर जगे देश यह सारा। गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मनु मुकुरु सुधारी। बरनउ रघुबर विमल जसु जो दायकु फलचारी। बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार। बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेस विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर। जय कपीसति लोक उजागर। रामदूत अतुलित अतुलित बलधामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिवे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिवे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज संवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरतई सम भाई सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सकै कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु लील्योताहि मधुर फल जानू प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माही जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज संहारो आपे तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे चारों जुग पर ताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता असवर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई और देवता चित्तन धरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा पवन तनय संकट हरन मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुर भूप सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय।
Jai Shri Krishna everyone. Jai Shri Krishna to all the divine souls. A very warm welcome to the interpretation session of chapter 4, Jnana Karma Sannyas Yoga, where you will learn the deep intertwining connection of transcendental knowledge with the selfless action or the karma. With utter grace and blessings of Shri Krishna Yogeshwar Paramatmane Ji, Param Pujya Shri Swami Govind Dev Giri Ji Maharaj, you all know this very well, that he has bestowed each and every second of his divine self and life for the establishment, growth and progress of Sanatan culture or Sanskriti. His contributions to our society are beyond measures and applaud. The government of Madhya Pradesh is honoring Param Pujya Swamiji for the same cause of his greatness on 31st of July with the great award, The name of the award is Padma Bhushan Yug Tulsi Pandit Ram Kinkar Upadhyay National Award. Now, isn't this a marvelous news? Now, I would like to invite Srimati Veena Raghavendra ji from Bangalore for the initial prayer offerings. She joined Geeta Pariwar in November 2022 and she has been serving as both technical assistant and co-trainer. Welcome, Veena Didi.
Thank you, Didi. Vasudevasutan devam Kausachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnau Vande Jagadgurum Shri Krishnau Vande Jagadgurum.
Thank you, Veena Didi, for this beautiful melodious prayer. Now, as you all might know, that lighting diya in the praise and as an offering to Sri Hari, it symbolizes utter surrender in his lotus feet. It also symbolizes his divinity, shine, grace, and blessings. To light the diya for today's session, I would like to invite Dhanalakshmi Nayak ji from Koraput, Odisha. She joined Geeta Pariwar in November 2022, and since then she's serving as co-trainer from L1 to L3 in 3 languages, Hindi, Odia, and Telugu. Welcome, Dhanalakshmi ji, for the diya light.
निषिद्धैरप्येभिर्लुलितमकरन्दो मधुकरैः करैरिन्दोरन्तश्छुरित इव सम्भिन्नमुकुलः विधत्तां सिद्धिन्नो नयनसुभगामस्य सदसः प्रकीर्णः पुष्पाणां हरिचरणयोरञ्जलिरयम् शरदिन्दुनिभां शुभ्रां शुभ्रवस्त्रैरलङ्कृतां कलहंसकृतावासां वरदां शारदां नुमः.
Thank you, Didi, for this beautiful diya lighting. Now, as we proceed with the main session, before that, we have few important announcements. First and foremost, as you get the link of the Join Geeta and for all the Vivechan sessions and other events occurring and always continuously going on in the Geeta Parivar, you should share these links with your near and dear ones who are very well interested in the same spiritual journey like yours. And those who want to actually join the Geeta Parivar, the Join Geeta link is very important. The new batches will be starting very soon. And for that, you should share these Vivechan session links also and Join Geeta link as much as possible. Secondly, it's very well known now that 5 years completion, this is the 5th year that the Learngeeta program has completed 5 years now. And in this particular context only, the programs, they are celebrated from 22nd June to 3rd August in both offline and online modes. What we all can do about it, we all can contribute from our places, and all the details and informations and the links for this particular program and contribution, they are also shared in all the groups most of the times and frequently. So we all should celebrate 5-year accomplishment with all glee and zeal. And I would like to tell you that today I also celebrated at my home in a very small function, but I did celebrate it today. It's the completion of 5 years of Learngeeta program. Now let's head over to the main session. Let's get to know about the speaker of the day, who is none other than Shraddha Raodeo ji. She is the disciple of Param Pujya Swamiji Govindev Giriji Maharaj, and she is fully committed to the mission of Geeta Pariwar. Swamiji has blessed her with the title of President of Geeta Pariwar, Hyderabad. She belongs to Hyderabad and she is actively serving there. She is a resident of Bhagyanagar and she is associated with Geeta Pariwar online classes since the second batch commencement, that is August 2020. She holds a BE degree in electronics and postgraduate diploma in IT systems and management. In the past, she has worked as mobile application developer and team leader for 13 plus years in the corporate sector. She is first ever trainer of the jail classes of Geeta Pariwar, where through her training and through her guidance, many learned 12 chapters and cleared the Pathik exam. She laid the foundation of monitoring team at Learngeeta and led it for 2.5 years. She is also serving as Vivechak for online Geeta classes and conducts the weekly interpretation sessions that is in front of you. She offers seva in various departments like training, examination, many more teams at Learngeeta. She teaches Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā and she works for the Bal Sanskar Kendra also. She has imparted Hindu scriptural knowledge and patriotic values to all the children and many children around her. Her efforts are beyond praise and words will fall short as much as I would praise her. She has worked for more than a decade in this particular organization. Now I would like to invite Shraddha Didi for the interpretation session. Bhaiya, has Didi joined?
No, not yet, Didi.
Okay. So meanwhile, I was giving you an extra news today about Swamiji. So that's a great news. So that's a great news that Swamiji is being bestowed upon with the national award from Madhya Pradesh government, and that's not a frequent thing, but that is a great milestone achievement and milestone news for all of us, and it's a great honor for the Geeta Pariwar also. And soon Didi will be joining us for the session. Meanwhile, I would like to again request you for sharing all the links of Geeta Pariwar and all the sessions that you are attending, especially the Vivechan sessions today that you are attending with all your near and dear ones, and those you know who are joined, who want to join the Geeta Pariwar, because these are special sessions where you get to know the meaning of the shlokas. So these are actually very knowledgeable, informative sessions.
सच्चिदानन्दं वासुदेवं व्रजप्रियं धर्मसंस्थापकं वीरं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा, भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा, भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
Didi, Shraddha has joined, but she is yet to start her camera. Let us wait for some few minutes, few seconds. Sorry.
Krishna, I wanted to know if I'm audible.
You are audible, Didi. You are audible.
Okay, I'll just check my audio settings one second. Give me a second. My system was not working properly. Clearly audible, is it?
You are clearly audible, Didi.
Yes,
One-
Didi, you are audible.
Start
Okay,
your video, please.
I'll just start my video. Give me a second. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Didi has joined. Yeah. Jai Shri Krishna, Didi.
Jai Shri Krishna, everybody. A very warm welcome to the session. So can we begin? Am I?
Yeah, Didi. You
Yes,
can
Didi.
take- I'm sorry.
Thank you so much, everybody. Jai Shri Krishna, Hari Om. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Krishnaya Vasudevaya, Haraye Paramatmane, Pranatah क्लेशनाशाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीमष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणि ॐ श्रीगुरवे नमः ॐ श्रीकृष्णाय नमः हरि ओम्. A very warm welcome to the session, all of you again. We are going to start a very interesting chapter. You're all in the middle of a beautiful journey, a beautiful divine journey through Bhagavad Gita, where in the level 3 of Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā, of this Learngeeta classes, what we learn primarily is how we get a step closer to getting Bhagavad Gita in our day-to-day lives, getting it in our day-to-day lives slowly. So basically, so beautifully, this entire journey is planned by our Puram Puja Gurudev, is that in the first level, you come to know two very important, yet slow, simplest and easiest chapters. And then as you go to level 2, we see very practical chapters where you learn a stroke and then you can start implementing it from the time you have heard about the shloka. Ayush Sattva Bala Rogya. Immediately, these changes we can incorporate in our lives. And gradually, this level 3, from level 3 onwards, we take it a step further. We take it a step further, as in we make it expanded. You know, the expanse increases. We get to get Bhagavad Gita in our life from step by step. The level 2 is accumulation of lot of steps where you improve your lifestyle, you improve your food, you improve the way you do your charity. Having said all that, the accumulative effect of all these activities is seen when you study the karma yoga. Basically, whatever we are doing in our lives is karma. Whatever we are trying to achieve, this body that Sri Krishna has given us, this body that has come to us by the might of Sri Krishna, it is in itself a very beautiful, blissful blessing. It is one means that has been given to us by Sri Krishna to achieve what best we can achieve, to achieve what we can achieve. We have see some people are complaining about audio, but I think it should be audio. Didi Radhika Didi, am I audible? Who's in the text?
Yeah, Didi,
Radhika
surely,
Didi?
surely.
Kailash Bhaiya, audible,
Yeah,
right?
you continue, Didi. Your audio is perfect.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you, Rashmi Didi. So, so basically, what we are here is to achieve the greater liberation. And most of us feel that the greater liberation will come by doing meditation in the Himalayas, by doing some special kind of siddhi, trying to achieve something special. But the beauty of entire Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā is that it teaches us that we will be getting this moksha by doing our regular duties itself, by doing our regular karma itself, we can achieve it. And in that context, Sri Krishna has told a very beautiful chapter before this, that is the Karma Yoga. And to get an expertise on Karma Yoga, we have to be convinced, see, without a support of our intellect, without having the right knowledge of everything in our schools, colleges, children learn the science subject, isn't it? To get the principles of science in their life, what they do, they are made to go through laboratories to apply this knowledge, apply these things in their life. Similarly, Karma Yoga has given a very detailed thing about what we should be doing, how we should try to give our how we should try to look at our karma. And towards the end of Karma Yoga, Sri Krishna says that what you have to do, you have to connect with the Parampita Paramatma, and whatever are the obstacles in between you and your liberation, in between your karma and your final moksha, what are the biggest enemies Sri Krishna has told towards the end of the third chapter? It is Kamaesha, Krodhaesha. When Sri Krishna tells about these two enemies, and he tells how do you deal with those two enemies, you make friendship with whom? With somebody who is far more superior than both of them, and that is Paramatma Tattva, who is Parabuddhi. To be able to reach something which is beyond our imagination, which is beyond our intellect, that is beyond our comprehension. What we need special type of knowledge. Only when our karma, when our actions are soaked in knowledge, when they are backed with the appropriate knowledge, what happens? We can bring karma yoga, we can translate all our karma into karma yoga properly. That is the importance of this particular chapter that we are going to study. It is going to make the knowledge of our karma yoga much more robust. It is going to make our knowledge of karma yoga much more stronger. And Shri Krishna says that whatever I'm going to tell you now, and what I have told you so far, till now they've had a big discussion, and whatever has been told so far, there is nothing new. One principle we should always remember in our minds, that when somebody tells you that, come, I'll tell you something extremely new. When people try to, tell that I'm going to give you a new knowledge, understand that there is no knowledge. Adi Shankaracharya himself also says what? That there is nothing new in this world. There is no new knowledge that is going to come in this world. Whatever I'm telling you is something I'm telling you from the Vedas. The Vedas are the supreme knowledge book. They are the supreme encyclopedia. And when Adi Shankaracharya tells us, when our Guruji tells us that there is nothing new, we are just telling you what we have experienced out of our sadhana. What is the importance of Guru? Everything is there in the books, everything is there into the knowledge, but Guru is Guru. Why? Because by the means of sadhana, they have perfected themselves. They have made themselves such that they can impart the knowledge to us. Otherwise, everybody would have just read the books and tried to understand everything. This Guru has perfected by the means of his sadhana, by the means of his knowledge, by the means of his studies. And with all that knowledge, Shri Krishna himself says that all this knowledge that is coming to you, this is nothing new. All this I have given to Vivaswan, that is the sun god himself. And on that note, he starts a totally different, a new angle to the karma yoga that he has presented in the earlier chapter. With that, we will start with the Chaturtho Adhyaya, which is a very beautiful Adhyaya in itself. Hari Om. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Atha Chaturtho Adhyaya Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. The first slok starts from Shri Krishna itself. It is not coming as a question from Arjun. It It is starting with something additional that Sri Krishna is telling us. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha Imam Vivasvate Yogam Proktavanahamavyayam Vivasvan Manave Praha Manurikshvakave Bravid Imam Vivasvate Yogam. What have I told to the sun god, to what Shri Krishna is telling? Vivasvan. Vivasvan, here we all know that Vivasvan refers to the Surya Dev. Surya Dev is referred as Vivasvan. And Vivasvan, evam Vivasvate Yogam Proktaman Aham Avyayam. This Avyaya Yoga, what are the adjectives that are used for this yoga? This yoga is Avyaya Yoga. Avyaya means what? Imperishable. It has no time limits. Whatever knowledge we see, I'm a computer a software developer by by my profession, and in computers, when whatever we are learned, whatever programming languages we have learned, and you all also must have experienced that the technology, it becomes outdated. We have when I started off, we used to do programming in a technology called J2ME, and now no, those J2ME phones are nowhere. Within 7, 8, 10 years, that their era was over. The knowledge that we all have, the practical knowledge that we all have, the worldly knowledge that we all have, it comes with an expiry date. It is all going to get expired. Whatever we have learned, the first, second, third grade, our graduation knowledge, whatever we have learned in those days, and what we learned during our office actual work, all has come with an expiry date, and it kept upgrading itself. But the knowledge that Sri Krishna has imparted to whom? To Vivasvan, that is Surya Bhagavan, it is avyaya. It is a yoga. There are two, three important things about this knowledge. Why we should focus on these adjectives, because we are also trying to learn that, and unless we understand the importance of what we are learning, it is very difficult to establish it in our hearts. We all understand the importance of our mother, and that is why amongst all the women in this world, amongst all the respectable women, we know mother has a special place. Similarly, this Gita ji that we are learning, we are trying to get lot of knowledge in our lives, but amongst all the knowledge that we are learning, Bhagavad Gita has a special place. Why? Because it is a yoga, and it is avyaya. Wherever possible, we have to try to embed these adjectives not only in our brain but in our hearts, and that will teach us how important this entire chapter is, entire knowledge is. So this knowledge, it is avyaya knowledge, and Shri Krishna says, I have told this avyaya yoga to whom? To Surya Bhagavan. And then Surya Bhagavan gave it to his son Manu. Vivasvan Manave Praha. He taught this entire knowledge to Manu, and Manu passed it on to Ishvaku. Ishvaku also then further passed it on to whom? To the Rajarshis. Manu Rikshvakave Braveet. So he told this entire to Ishvaku. And this is the lineage of this knowledge. So we have to understand, and this knowledge is very important. This moral values, whatever knowledge that we have. See, understand the importance of transmitting this knowledge from one generation to another generation. This knowledge should be propagated. It should be propagated from generation to generation, and this happened as a part of the parampara. And that is what Shri Krishna explains further. Evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo viduhu sakale neha mahata yugo nashtaf parantapa. This entire knowledge, parampara praptam, evam parampara praptam, this knowledge has come to us how? By regular succession. It has come till the Rajarshis. Evam Rajarshayo Vidu. From Ishvaku, it gradually came down to the Rajarshis, and this knowledge was given to Rajarshi. This knowledge has also come to Sri Ram through a Rajarshi, whom? Maharshi Vashishta. See, this entire knowledge, it has come from Rajarshi. When Sri Ramji was in the Ramayana, we see a story. At one point of time, Ramji was very troubled. He was very depressed by what is happening around him. And at one point of time, before he went with Maharshi Valmiki. And at that time, there is a very beautiful conversation that we all should be aware of, where Valmiki ji and Vasishtha ji were in the court of Dasharath, and everybody decided that Ram and Lakshman will go with Maharshi Valmiki in the forest to protect the Rishi Munis in the forest. And when this was decided, everybody said, okay, fine, even the three queens gave the permission. At that time, somebody got it to the notice of Dashrath Raja that that is fine, but how is the condition of Sri Ram? He is so depressed nowadays. He is not decking up properly. He is not, willing to talk to anybody. Have you seen his condition? And that is when your Maharshi Vasishtha called Sri Ram and asked, what was the cause of your sorrow? And then there is a beautiful conversation. On the request of Maharshi Valmiki, the Maharshi Vasishtha has given a very beautiful discourse, a very divine discourse, which has come from Brahmaji directly to Maharshi Vasishtha and Valmiki ji. That is, there is a beautiful story around that also. These two had a war between each other, and just to pacify that war, Brahmaji came and mediated and pacified both of them and gave them this great knowledge. It is the same knowledge that we are talking about. And this great knowledge was told to Maharshi Vasishtha and Valmiki. But Valmiki ji says, that time I was a king and whatever I could get, but you were a tapasi even at that time. So you are more eligible to give this to Sri Ram. And there is a book called Yog Vasisht. There are many lakh shlokas in that. And Yog Vasisht, this conversation, it went on for 8 to 9 days. Exact number of days I forgot. There's a long conversation in which Maharshi Vasishtha has imparted a lot of knowledge about Dharma, about life, about this entire Avyaya knowledge, basically to Sri Ram and everybody present in that court. This Grantha is known as Yoga Vasishtha. So this is how by parampara, from Bhagwan himself to Manu to Ishwaku and to all the Rajarshis, from Rajarshis to Swayam Sri Ram again. And in the last birth, Sri Ram was Sri Ram, and in this birth, in the Yuga when Mahabharat happened, he has come as Sri Krishna. So the Vakta of the orator of Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā is the listener of Yoga Vasisht. So Yoga Vasisht was the Grantha from where he has also recollected all that knowledge. So this is the importance of parampara. This is how by generation the knowledge was passed on. Evam parampara paraptam. But what happens in this course? This is a very long duration. Just think about us. Today we have heard something nice. In 5 days we forget it. I'm just giving a great this thing. We'll forget it by tomorrow also. It happens with me also. No matter how many times I've listened to Swamiji so many pravachans, every time he talks about Bhagavad Gita in a different matter, it feels like new music to our ears. That is the beauty of this great knowledge. In the course of time, what happens? We tend to forget, and similar thing happened with the great knowledge. Kalena Mahata. In the course of time, in the might of this time is such that it will deteriorate gradually. Yogo nashta parantapa. This knowledge started deteriorating and it started becoming lesser. Then what happened further? Sa evayam maya tedya yogah proktah puratana bhaktosi me sakha cheti rahasyam yetaduttamam. What Shri Krishna says, this has deteriorated, it has come down to a certain extent, but what happens? I have told you the same thing. So now at this moment, Arjun is confused. But Sri Krishna continues telling, what has he told? That this entire yoga, which is a Puratan, ancient yoga, this is nothing new that I am telling you. All this ancient yoga, I am telling you. Why? Bhakto sime sakha cheti. Swamiji says this one thing, and I also love it a lot. That when we are listening to Bhagavad Gita, when we are talking, when we are chanting Bhagavad Gita, then such shlokas come. For a moment, you just take Arjun aside and put yourself in his feet and imagine that Shri Krishna is telling you, Bhakto sime sakha cheti. It feels so good. Just see, Shri Krishna is not only telling this to Arjun, to us also. We have also come this far. We are also getting the opportunity to learn Bhagavad Gita. Why? Bhakto sime sakha cheti. खुद सुन के खुश हो जाओ. Let's be happy that Shri Krishna loves us so much, and that is why he has got Bhagavad Gita in our life. He says that you are my devotee, you are my friend. That is why what I am telling you, a top secret, rahasyam yetad uttamam. So whatever we are learning, it is not just a supreme knowledge. It is not just aware knowledge. It is also a top secret rahasya, and it is also most supreme. Yetat uttamam. It is uttam rahasya, supreme rahasya. It doesn't go to everybody. And Shri Krishna in the 18th chapter, he himself has said it should not go to anybody and everybody. Idante na tapaskaya na bhaktaya kadachana na cha shushrushave vachan na cha mayogya suyati. Shri Krishna himself says that don't give it to a person who has done sin, atapaskaya, abhaktaya. All these people we should not give. We will learn this when we learn the 18th chapter. But what Shri Krishna says that etat uttamam rahasya, this supreme secret I am telling you because you are my devotee, you are my great friend. Whenever we also feel depressed, just remind yourself, we have come to Bhagavad Gita because we are favorite of Sri Krishna. We should remember that and just be happy. Now at this moment, Arjun is baffled. What are you saying? This is not possible, no? You are this Arjun and Sri Krishna. There was a gap of just few years in their age. Arjun is in this Laukik worldly form and he's not realizing exactly who is speaking to. Though he knows the importance of Sri Krishna, he is still having a small doubt. What he says, Arjuna Ovacha, Aparam Bhavato Janma Parain Janma Vivasvataha Tatame Tadvajanihan Tvamadau Proktavaniti. What Arjun says, Aparam Bhavato Janma, your Janma Aparam, it has happened later. Recently, you are just few years older to me. How can you, what are you saying? Your birth is relatively recent, and this Vivaswan, the origin of this universe has happened because of Vivaswan. What you are saying that you have told this entire thing to Lord Suryadev, to the sun god himself. How is it even possible? Katham etad vajaniya. Vajaniya means knowing basically. How can I know? But here the knowing has to be taken in the sense of believing. How can I believe this? Katham etad vajaniya. How can I believe that this is possible? This is katham etad vajaniyam tvamadau proktavaniti. That you have told this entire Adav Proktavan. Adav Proktavan means earlier. Adav in the beginning. At the beginning, you have taught this. How am I supposed to believe it? By saying that Vijaniyam, how am I supposed to understand it? How am I supposed to believe it? And Shri Krishna answers, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha, Bahuni me vyatitani janmani tava charjana तान्यहं वेद सर्वाणि न त्वं वेत्थ परन्तप बहुदिने व्यतीतानि, your and mine, many births have happened, so many births have happened, not just mine, your also. So Shri Krishna also, for now he is gradually, what Shri Krishna is trying to tell us is it's going to be very beautiful. What he's telling, your and mine, lot of births have already happened. Bahuni me vyatitani, have passed away. Many births have passed away. Yours and mine too. But what is the distinction? What is the difference between me and you? Between me and you, it is I remember all my births, and you don't remember all the births. You don't remember all the births, but I remember all of them. So what Shri Krishna says that I remember all of them. Natvam vetta parantapa. However, you don't remember all of them. Ajopi, and explaining the cause of his origin. Everybody has taken birth. Everybody is coming now. From our perspective, we are going to celebrate Janmashtami next month. Uh, sorry, Vishwamitra Rishi. I'm very sorry. So, in the flow of this, it happened. Vishwamitra Rishi and Maharshi Vishwamitra and Maharshi and Rajarshi Maharshi Vasishta. Between them, the story was. I extremely sorry about the slip of tongue there. So, I just read. I'm very sorry about it. What Shri Krishna explains further in context of his birth, Bahuni me vyatita. janmani tava charjana. Tanyaham Veda Sarvani Natham Vetha Parantapa, explaining that I remember all my births, but you don't remember all your births. What Shri Krishna says further, Ajopi Sanna Vyayatma. What Shri Krishna is going to explain further is the distinction. We see him as a person. On Janmashtami we celebrate his birth, and we also celebrate our own. We consider him in his human form. But what is the top secret about his birth, about him coming in this universe? That is very, very important. He explains in the next few shlokas. Ajopi sannavyayatma bhutanamishvaropi san prakritim swamadhisthaya sambhavamyatma. Here, Shri Krishna has told three things: Aja, Avyaya, and Ishvara. These three adjectives, these three words that are used in the first sentence are applicable to whom? To Shri Krishna, to the Parampita Paramatma. So, and the rest we will see that the Sambhavamyat Mamayaya, whatever is written, Prakritim Swamadhisthaya Sambhavamyat Mamayaya. The second line, it refers to the powers of God. So the first three things apply. The first sentence, whatever is mentioned, it applies to whom? To the God himself. And the next two things that are mentioned, Prakriti, and the Yoga Maya, the Maya, these two are referring to the power of the God. So one thing, the first thing is about the God's manifestation. God is not a human being. No, God, he manifests himself. See, many people feel that Sri Ram is a Mahapurush, and because of all the work that he did, he got that place of being a god. He got the repute of being a god. Same thing for Shri Krishna. Some people say that he was not. He was a Mahapurush, and then he got a reputation of being a god. That is not the case. They are gods themselves. They are manifestations. Hmm. They are just God. They are not a Mahapurush. Bhagwan is Bhagwan. God is God. He is the Ishwar. So what are the three things? First he said Aja. Aja means cannot be born. They manifest themselves. They are present in every kind. When Prahlad ji was asked, your Ishwar is present everywhere, you are saying, is he present in the pillar? He could see God everywhere. For him, he is present in every particle. Kada kada mein Ishwar hai. That is what our scriptures have taught us. But it depends on the faith. We say it, but not everybody believes it. And then they feel that this is the idol of Sri Krishna. We don't see that there is actually, some people feel that there is no actually that God is there. That faith, how many of us have? But that faith Bhakta Prahlad had. So for him, Ishwar appeared from the pillar also. So that is what Sri Krishna says, that I am he is Aja. Then Avyaya, imperishable. Ajab Avyayam. Ajopi Sanna Vyayana Bhutanam Ishwaropi San. Yes, the first thing he has said is he is Aja. He is not born. He can manifest himself. It is not that he is coming somewhere from Vaikuntha, from some other place. He is coming and then taking birth here. That is not the case. Avyaya. He is imperishable. And Ishvara. He is the supreme. He is the one who is controlling everything. He is the nurturing and ultimately perishing of all the creatures. Ishwar has all these three things in that he has to do. All these three things he takes care of. Aja, Avyaya, Ishwara, these are the properties. And what he says, Sambhavamyat Mamayaya. And before he says, Prakritim Swam Adhishthaya. Prakritim Swam Adhishthaya. He is taking the Adhishthaya means in this context he is using that thing as an Adhishtan. He is ruling his own Prakriti. This Prakriti belongs to him, and he can manifest. He can control. He rules this Prakriti, and using this Prakriti, he has manifested himself. He is manifesting himself in the form of a human being. He can manifest himself in any other form, and in this particular form he has manifested himself, come in front of us in the form of a human being. Sambhavami, he comes into being. Atma Mayaya, that is his own Maya. What is his own Maya? Sambhavami, he is due to the appearance. Now it appears to us that his body is made of this Pancha Mahabhut, but remember that this Sri Krishna himself is Satchidananda Swarup. He is the same Satchidananda Swarup. For us, it is appearing as if it is made up of Pancha Mahabhut. That is the beauty of this. So sometimes people, come to this feeling that we are this form that we actually see, is something inferior compared to that super supreme power. It is not like that. God can manifest himself in any form. He is present in every kan. This Maya that we see, it has been used, this Atma Maya, Atma Maya. Atma Maya means this Maya that helps us see him in the Maya in which we all are living. How it belongs to him, Atma. It is his Maya. So when it is his Maya, he is using his Maya, he is using his yogic power to present himself in the form of this human body. That is how he is appearing in front of us. For Gajendra, who, if we see this Gajendra Moksha Stotra, who was very desperately calling for the help from Vishnuji, for him, he came from Vaikuntha. For Prahlad, the God came from the pillar, but both are basically the same. For us to be able to love that form of Sri Krishna, he has come in the womb of Devaki Mata, and he is dwelling just like all small children, so we can love him in that form. So this is the Maya. But Tattvataha, both these forms, the supreme godly form that we are not able to see, but we can feel by the power of dhyan and meditation, by the power of our devotion, that form and the form of the human form, they both are Tattvataha, the same. Essentially, they are the same. It is like the ice and water. They are same. They both are H2O. Water is also H2O. Ice is also H2O. There is no difference between the two. But ice is what? Just the solidified form of the liquid water. Tatvatah, they both are essentially the same. And one thing, Eknath Maharaj adds little more grace to this particular explanation. What he says, just like this, how the solid ghee is more tastier than the liquid ghee, just like that, the form, the swarup in which the God appears in front of us, in the form of Vitthal Bhagwan, in the form of Sri Krishna, in the form of Sri Ram. When we see the beautiful Murti which has been recently established in Ayodhya, when we see that form, our mind is full of happiness. It gives a different bliss. That bliss will not come if you are if you are trying to absorb yourself in the supreme form. But both of them are same. No, none of them is superior, none of them is inferior. So if somebody tells you that this dhyan is superior over doing Murti Puja, don't believe them, because both are is actually the sadhana of the same Satchidananda Swarup. Both are basically the same, and God is just coming in a separate form for us. Shri Krishna is somebody who is just coming in front of us in this particular form. And knowing this, more than knowing, believing this, opens the heart of Geeta, because then we understand that this is not just a conversation between Krishna and Arjun, Krishna who is in a human form. It is not a conversation between two learned people. It is a conversation between the Paramatma and Arjun himself. So that we will understand. And then the might of Bhagavad Gita also increases rapidly when we understand that the form in front of us is not just a two-legged human being, but he is the supreme Paramatma manifested in this form, and he himself is talking to us. Then the entire experience is different. The entire connect that we get with Bhagavad Gita becomes different. And then Shri Krishna comes to explaining why he needs to manifest himself in this form. Why does he need to appear in a particular form in front of all the human beings. Shri Krishna explains in the next shloka. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutthanam tadatmanam srijamyam. Very popular shlok. Dharmas yada yada dharmasya glanihi bhavati. Dharmasya glanihi bhavati means what? When the dharma starts fading, dharma falls asleep, it gets into a crisis. When these what the adharma is getting heavier than the dharma. Understand? Dharmasya glanihi bhavati. Dharma can never be destroyed. It can never be completely abolished. It can never be go completely. This is a positive thing. Now, when we talk about this, we should also know what is the meaning of dharma. When we are saying dharma, what is this dharma basically meaning? Dharma is not just some people say that this dharma has been established, Bauddha dharma has been established by such a person, Jain dharma is established, some other dharma is established by some. Dharma cannot be established. Dharma is already there. It is the basic way of life. Dharma is always there. What happens? Dharma is basically your way of life, your system of life. This is how the life has to be. And what happens? Just like we live in the house, we do live by certain rules, but by continuous thing, and because of our human nature, normally what happens? This house will lose its state of organization. सब अस्त व्यस्त हो जाता है. You don't clean the house for certain times, sometimes you don't do the work on a regular basis because of lack of discipline. Sometimes the house loses its state of organization, isn't it? It becomes a little disorganized. Then what happens? Then we take off some time to clean the house, to organize everything, and everything becomes organized. Similarly, because of the mental states of human beings, what happens? The dharma starts fading. Means what happens? Because of these human tendencies of kama, krodha, and other tendencies, different tendencies, lack of knowledge. What happens? There is a cloud that gets formed on the intellect, and this cloud on our intellect, it leads to the glani, that is the dharma gradually going to sleep. And what Shri Krishna does? Adharmasya abhyuthanam, because there is a lack of intellect, lack due to ignorance, increase in ignorance, increase in the different characteristics of human beings. What happens? This adharma rises, and because the malpractices have risen, what happens? The dharma slightly becomes lesser. It starts fading, and in this such a time, see, understand that adharma also cannot be a complete state of mind, and dharma cannot be. Both are going to be there in some or the other quantity. So, in such a situation, when adharma starts rising, Shri Krishna says the Parampita Paramatma has to manifest himself and come. Tada aham atmanam srijami. I am bringing myself in front. Srijami, I am manifesting myself. That is the time when I manifest myself. And what do I do after this manifestation? When I see this kind of situation, that adharma is slowly declining, and when the dharma is slowly declining and adharma is rising steadily, at that time I manifest myself for what? Paritranaya sadhuna vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Now, why does the adharma decline? Because the good people are coming in trouble. Because the good people have come into trouble, they are not able to practice the dharma. What happens? The dharma starts declining. So, what I have to do? First thing that Shri Krishna has to do, he has to rescue the good people. Paritranaya sadhuna. What Sri Ramji has done? He has rescued the sadhus of Dandakaranya. When Maharshi Vishwamitra took Sri Ram and Lakshman in the forest, he trained them. to be able to live in the forest. He showed them what is this, what is the condition of the Rishi Munis, what is the condition of the Rishi Munis in Dandakaranya, and how, what are the dangers that they are facing. That was told by Maharshi Vishwamitra to Sri Ram and Lakshman. He trained them, and that is how they were trained. And what Sri Ram has done, he has rescued the sadhus. He went in forest for 14 years. He's not only eradicated Ravan, but in the entire Dandakaranya, in the entire South India, he ensured that what is done, Dharma Samsthapana is done. By what? Vinashaya cha dushkritam. By killing the evil ones, by destroying the evil ones. And what he is doing is Dharma Samsthapana. This word is extremely important. Again, it reiterates the fact that Dharma cannot be created. Dharma ki sthapana nahi hoti. It is never established. Dharma is already always there. What is the meaning of samsthapana? It means it is organized properly. It is the main objective is what? It is that the dharma, it will be it is not established. It is going to be reorganize, just the way we reorganize our house and ensure that everything is gone in its place. Like that, by helping the sadhus, by helping the good people. Here the sadhu doesn't mean the people who are wearing the orange dresses and taken the sannyas, not those. Sadhu here refers to the good people. So when referring to the good people, Shri Krishna says that we re-establish, we ensure that they are rescued, they are safe. And it is sansthapada, means, and not sthapana, organizing an already established dharma. So what is the established dharma? It is our Vedic dharma. He is going to organize it. Just like we organize our homes, our offices, he will ensure that the indiscipline and whatever has happened, that gets that is warded off. So human life is such that gradually discipline, everything and organization is coming. Now that Shri Krishna has come and he has taught Bhagavad Gita, what has happened? Again, discipline has come in our life. By the means of this knowledge that has been imparted by Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā, again the human beings who were going on a wrong path, who are confused, not knowing how to live their lives, they are understanding how to organize our lives, how to stay on the path of moksha, on the path of liberation. All that is happening by the means of this knowledge that we are getting. That is also dharma samsthapana, samyak sthapana, ensuring that everything is organized properly. And understand there is no permanent solution for this. This is a continuous process. Because of the human tendency, again the deterioration is going to happen. Again there will be a dharma samsthapana. Again it is going to be fine. So at no point of time we can see, there are many people who say that in olden days people used to be very good, very nice. So it is not like that. When Ram and in the Satyug, Ram and Ravan were there. Then Kamsa and Krishna were there. Then again this continued throughout. In Mahabharata we see the Arjuna and Duryodhana, Kauravas and Pandavas are there. Now we will not talk about the age now, right now, but the same situation is there. Good and bad people have always been there. Every time there is no time when the bad tendencies, people with bad tendency, we would not even call them bad people, but bad tendency were not there. There is no yuga like that. So what is it? It is a cycle, and that is why what Shri Krishna has to do, Sambhavami Yuge Yuge, he has to come and do this re-establishment, reorganization in every yuga again and again. And in some or the other means, he has to ensure that this is done. In this context, what he says, and when he says Sambhavami Yuge Yuge, how he is coming in every yuga, and what is his karma in every yuga, what is the difference between his karma and our karma, we will see in this next shlok. Janma karma cha vedavyam evayo veti tatvatah tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti sojanam. Janma karma cha me divyam, my janma and my karma, Shri Krishna says, is how it is divine. It is divya. How is our janma and our karma? What is the difference between this divine and ours? Our janma and our karma is prakrit. What is the meaning of this? It is under the influence of the prakriti. We are born under the influence of the prakriti. But how is the janma and karma of Sri Krishna? It is divine. It is divya. He has not come as a part of this natural this thing natural because of the prakriti. His birth, how are human beings born? They are born due to their previous birth's desires. This birth that we have gone in, with which family, all this depends on our past deeds. Next birth, what I will be getting, I will be getting on the basis of the deeds done in this particular birth. So our deeds of our this birth are responsible for our next birth. But that is not the case with Sri Krishna. His birth is divine. He comes at his own will, he will go at his own will. We take the help of the Prakriti to be born. We are adhin, we are dependent on Prakriti for our very existence. That is not the case of Sri Krishna. His birth is divine. He is not dependent. He makes the Prakriti his means to come and appear in front of us. So his birth is divine. His karma is also divine. His karma, he will not do anything. His karma, he will do not with an expectation that I will get something in return. What is he going to get by becoming the charioteer of Arjun? Nothing. What was he getting if the Kauravas lose this battle and Pandavas win this battle? Nothing. Throughout his life, he has worked very hard. Mahabharata is just one of the wars. He has had such more fierce battles with Jarasandh. What was he getting out of all these? He has never of how to live the life, ideal life, and there is no other intent. His karma is free of desires of any fruits. God's karma, when God is doing any karma, he doesn't expect anything. When Sri Ram has done this 14 years of vanvas, he did not fight back for his adhikar. He did not, whatever came, he has just lived the life the way it came. He has lived an ideal life without expecting anything in return, that my parents should do this for me, they should give me our kingdom. How are the children nowadays? What property we are getting from the parents? All this, our every karma is dependent on what we are getting in return. We are an incentive driven generation, and a normal human being is always incentive driven. What am I getting? By learning Bhagavad Gita, what we are getting? Parents ask me when I say that their children should learn Bhagavad Gita, what will they get? How will it help how will it help in their lives? How is it going to help in their income, in their profession? All these questions, because that is the way we think. So our karma is prakrit, driven by prakriti. But God's karma is not like that. That is why he says janma karma cha me divyam. His karma and his this thing is divine. Just to elaborate, what is the difference? Now just imagine, we were talking about Shri Krishna's Janma. We all know that he has taken birth in a jail, isn't it? Now, when some king goes and decides that I want to visit the jail of my kingdom today, what will happen? The jailer will ensure that the entire jail is cleaned up, everything is kept properly, and the moment this king enters the jail, he will open the doors and everything. He will be treated with respect. He can go and come back at his own will. But a person, a prisoner who has committed some crime, like us, people who are, under the influence of this prakriti and not realizing who they are, we are like those prisoners. We cannot go and enter as per our will. The prisoner are going in the jail as a part of their karma. They stay there and they can be taken out only at the will of the judge or whoever is the supreme authority. But the king doesn't have any binding like that. The king can go and come out at his own will. He is the king. But other people, other prisoners, they cannot enter or come out of the prison at their own will. Our Janma is like that. It is like the visit of a prisoner, and Krishna's, our God's appearance on this earth is like that of the king. He is not binded by his Janma or Karma to this Prakriti, but we are bound to this Prakriti by our Janma and Karma. That is why our Janma or Karma is Prakrit. And that is why what Sri Krishna says, Evam yo veti tatvataha, the one who understands. Tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti sorjuna. The one who understands this, that my Janma and Karma is Divya, the one who understands this Tatvataha means by principle, by in detail, by elementally, in the true sense, the one who understands this particular charan, such a person, Tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti sojana, they don't need to come back. There is no need of any punarjanma for them. They attain me, na eti, naiti mameti sojana, they will attain me, they will get united with me. They will, having abandoned this body, they will not have to take a punarjanma, they will not need to come back. So, what is the way? So Shri Krishna says, now they have they have understood my top secret. No, so basically the ones who understand that, they have understood their top secret. I see here what Shri Krishna has told is also very important. He has not said the Shrunoti, Evayo Veti, not Evayo Shrunoti. We all know, we all talk about it, but we do not understand it. Veti, the one who understands it, and that to Tatvataha. So Veti Tatvataha, both are strong words. We have to understand it, embed this thought deeply in our minds. Such a person, I don't send them back, so they did not need to do the Punarjanma. That is what Sri Krishna says. So the moment the reward is there, they don't need to come back. No Punarjanma for them. We would also like to know him like that. We would also like to know the details. What is the way to understand him in that way? If I want to understand him in this way, eva yo veti tatvataha, if I want to understand him in that way, how to understand him in that way? How to establish those principles in my mind in that particular way? Shri Krishna explains that in the next shloka. Vitaragavaya krodha manmaya mamupashritaha bahavo jnana tapasa puta madbhavamagataha. To understand Bhagavan, to understand this Parampita Paramatma, how the person's life should be, how the life of a devotee should be. Anybody who is trying to understand Parampita Paramatma, how should their life be? Bahavaha jnana tapasa. The knowledge itself is tap for them. There we are continuously in the process of what? Doing a jnana yagna. Jnana yagna means what? Continuously trying to understand. Understand this pure elemental form, the principle of Sri Paramatma. And how will we understand this? By the knowledge. And getting that knowledge should become our tapa. What is the meaning of tapa? Tapa means trying to pursue something, doing your duties without caring or complaining about any obstacles that come in between. Tap is not just sitting in a forest and just doing dhyan, that itself it's not tap. Tap is overcoming all the obstacles that are coming in the process of pursuing what you are pursuing. If you are a student and during your student life you are facing too many difficulties at home, people get easily distracted, or sometimes if they face the obstacles, they complain about it. Not complaining and yet overcoming the obstacles with a very clean state of mind, that is tapa. So what Shri Krishna says, people have to do bahava jnana tapasa. This effort that you are taking of understanding Bhagavad Gita, this also is a jnana yagna. And in spite of all difficulties, people are attending classes regularly, ensuring that they are attending classes. This is a jnana tap that they are doing. So we have to keep doing that. also what Sri Krishna adds to it, Vita Raga Bhaya Krodha, Vita Raga. Vitaraga, be free from attachment. How the life of Mirabai was. She had so many responsibilities. She had undergone so many sufferings, but with all that also, she was never deterred from her devotion. Vitaraga. How was the life of our saints? Fulfilling all their duties also, but no attachment. Attachment should be only to God. Our from within we are attached to God, but externally they are doing all their duties. That is Vitaraga. And Bhayakrodha. Vitaraga Bhayakrodha, free from attachment, that is Raga. Bhaya, free from fear. We should not have any fear. Half of the people before learning Bhagavad Gita start getting scared. Oh, will it help? Will it not help? Will I be able to learn? Will I not be able to learn? Will I become? Why this years? We have to just devote ourselves to Sri Krishna, devote ourselves to this entire effort, give effort and then be free. And anger. This just, for, people get angry for nothing. We are telling this mothers also, they will sometimes get angry for no reason. Hmm, that I'm telling you for your benefit and you're not listening, and then the volume increases. But under any circumstances, anger is not justified. So people should be free from attachment, fear, and anger. Why? Because manmaya mamupashritaha, they are always absorbed in me. Those who are always absorbed in Sri Krishna, for whom the only alamban, the only support is this Parampita Paramatma, for them all these things will never happen. No attachment, no fear, no anger, because they are only focused on what? On Sri Krishna, the Parampita Paramatma. Hmm. For them, there is no hunger, no tiredness, nothing. How was Mirabai? Let any number of difficulties come. How was Shabari Mata? When we see the life of Shabari, the small little girl, she was told by her Gurudev that Ramji will come. Now she has never seen Ramji, not knowing when. Acha, in that excitement that Ramji will come, she forgot to ask her Gurudev when he will come, from which direction he will come. What did the poor girl do? She decided that every day, every single day from her childhood till she became old, she has cleaned every way towards the ashram where she was living. Every path, because she didn't know whether he is coming from east, west, north, south, which direction. So, whichever roads are coming to the ashram, she will keep all of them clean. What she will do every day, don't know whether he will come today or whether he will come tomorrow. There should be water in the house to clean his feet every day, and she is filling water for him. Every day plucking fruits for him, because don't know whether he'll come today or tomorrow, when he's going to come. What kind of devotion? Because the mind was always obsessed, Mere Ram aayenge, the Ramji is going to come. That was her tap. That was her tap. And this is the tap, this kind of devotion makes our mind pious. That was the only support that she had, that my Ramji will come, my Sri Ram was the only, never seen him. She's asking people, from childhood, if she sees anybody in that area, she will ask, did you see Sri Ram? They will say, who is Sri Ram? Because nobody knew that such a Sri Ramji is going to come after many decades in this area. So nobody knows who is Sri Ram, what is this lady saying. So that is how the devotees are. Hmm. Their only support, their intellect takes refuge in the God itself. Their intellect has taken refuge. Whom do we take refuge in? We are when somebody takes refuge means what? Completely dependent on it. So their intellect, their mind is completely dependent on Sri Ram. So this is how this happens. And what Sri Krishna says, that what happens when such people approach me, Vitaraga people, when this Vitaraga Bhayakrodha Manmaya Mamupashritaha Bhavo Jnana Tapasa, they do so much that Puta Mad Bhavamagataha, their in Puta means what? Purified. Their mind gets purified. These actions, they are purifying actions. This tapa is a purifying action. They will come, they will attain me. They will get they will get united with me, is what Shri Krishna says. Because of all these actions, they will get attached to me, they will become united with me. And what will happen? Ye yatha vam prapadyante. What will I do for them? Shri Krishna explains. For now we have seen that this is how the devotees attain him. And now the question arises, how after they attaining him, he is answering, what does he give in return? Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam tathaiva bhajamyaham mama vartmanu vartante manushya partha sarvashah. Ye yatha mam prapadyante. The way people attain me, the ye yatha mam prapadyante tam tathaiva bhajamyaham. I manifest myself for the sake of the devotees. Arjun thought that Lord Shri Krishna is his friend. He is, my best friend. So what Shri Krishna did, he said, okay, I'll become your charioteer. I'll help you. Hanumanji worshipped Sri Ram as Swami. So he became Swami. Yashoda Maya thought that I want to be the mother of God. So he became the child for her. So whatever emotion with which a devotee worships me, I reciprocate with that emotion. If the person wants to be my teacher, I'll become a student. If they want to become my father, I'll become your son. If you want to be my mother, I'll become your son. If you want to become my child, I'll become your parent. And that the whatever sentiment a devotee seeks in the God, he correlates with the same sentiment. Krishna, he reciprocates the same sentiments, and that is how generous, how affectionate he is. Mama vartma anuvartante. They will follow, the ones who follow with manusha partha sarvasha. So whatever the way in which they follow me, the way in which they follow me, I follow them in the same way. Further, what Shri Krishna says is very beautiful. We will see the rest of the shlokas in the next session. With that, I offer this entire discussion at the lotus feet of Param Pujya Gurudev, with whose blessings we have reached till this chapter, and further we will be continuing to explore this chapter from the next session. Thank you all for the patient listening. Let us all together bow down to Shri Krishna. Hari Om Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Om Tat Sat. Thank you, Didi.
Jai Shri Krishna, everyone. Thank you, Didi. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to you for this wonderful, thought-provoking session with beautiful, inspiring examples. Presentation was very enlightening, and they were imparting great and profound knowledge. Now is the time for question answers. Those who have any questions, kindly raise your hands and open your videos. Yes.
Jai Shri Krishna, Kamala Didi, Sadhana Didi. Jai Shri Krishna, Pranam.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, Pranam.
Yes, Kamala Didi, please.
जी
अच्छा, कमला
जी
दीदी, okay, sorry.
मैं एक प्रश्न, आपका विवेचन बहुत अच्छा था। मैं हिंदी में बोलूंगी।
हाँ,
बहुत
बिल्कुल,
अच्छा था, इसके लिए मैं आपको सादर नमन करती हूँ। एक प्रश्न है मेरा, धर्म और अधर्म में क्या डिफरेंस है?
धर्म की बहुत सुंदर, आपको अगर मैं अंग्रेजी में उत्तर दूं तो चलेगा, क्योंकि
जी,
इंग्लिश
जी।
विवेचन है, पर मैं इंग्लिश
जी।
ऐसा दोनों मिक्स करके बताती हूँ। तो
जी, जी।
धर्म की एक बहुत सुंदर व्याख्या स्वामी जी देते हैं कि
जी।
जो भी चीज आपको सात्विकता की तरफ ले जाती है वो धर्म है.
जी।
Anything that takes you towards satvika, it becomes
जी।
your dharma. So if helping others is taking me to satvika, it becomes a dharma to me. And then you have this is the ultimate penultimate definition of dharma. ये सबसे सुप्रीम परिभाषा है. अगर इसका अवलंबन लेके चले तो हमें धर्म बहुत आसानी से समझ जाता है. It's my duty to take care of my parents. It will take me to satvika. It is cheating somebody. किसी के पैसे ले लो, उसको वापस नहीं करो. This is taking me towards adhopatan. It is taking me towards rajogun and tamogun. Then it becomes adharma. So anything that elevates you, anything which increases the sattvic bhav in you, it pushes you towards doing sattvic karma. That is dharma.
थैंक यू, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद.
बहुत धन्यवाद. जय श्री कृष्णा दीदी, प्रणाम. साधना दीदी, जय श्री कृष्णा.
Diti, I want to know that when one yug changes, then how do we come to know now this yug has finished and the another yug has come?
देयर इज नो स्पेसिफिक लाइन, जैसे एक्चुअली ऐसा कोई ये नहीं हो, डिक्लेरेशन नहीं आता है, कोई आकाशवाणी नहीं होती है, ये ट्रांजिशन धीरे धीरे अपने आप ही हो जाता है। एंड एक्चुअली दैट डिस्टिंक्शन इज नॉट इवन वेरी इम्पोर्टेंट समटाइम्स, यू नो। जैसे अभी यहाँ पे हम लोग, बिकॉज हमारा दिमाग ऐसा चलता है कि सब उसको कंपार्टमेंट में लेके चलने की हम लोगों को आदत होती है। वी आर यूज टू दिस habit of, you know, demarcation everywhere, boundaries between countries, all these things, but all this is not there in our scriptures. This is just a way of counting. Basically, yoga is just a way of counting. So that counting is done as per the calendar. In the calendar, you will see that after this particular, 100 years, there are names of all these years, and every span, every manvantar, all these spans are there. That counting is elaborately there in our Vedas. From that, you will come to know that it is. But I am not qualified enough to be able to tell all that counting also, but every yuga is converted into different manvantar, and every manvantar is again divided into different number of, so that calculation is very elaborate in our structure. It starts from sahasra yuga, from ahoratra, brahmaji's day and night, this all counting starts. And then brahmaji's one day has 1,000 yugas, and then that counting slowly it starts. But if you ask me the exact dates, sorry, that I don't know. But this
No, nobody knows, but I think seeing that the our surroundings, changes in our surroundings and changes in the behavior of the people, we say
no,
now.
it is not just by that. Because when just by changes in the surroundings, you will not understand whether it is Kali Yuga or which Yuga, because सबका parameter अलग अलग रहेगा. Though there are there, but it is a proper Kala Ganana is done by the Maharshis and everyone. So from that we come to know from our Evam Parampara Praptam, as a part of the lineage only we come to know in that particular Kala Ganana. And because of that Kala Ganana only, it was understood that King Parikshit understood that now Kali is going to come and the Kali Yuga is going to start. So according to, but his influence of Dharma was so much that Kali was also finding it very difficult to enter, but it was the time for him to enter. So the Kali Yuga, it was time for it to start, and then that is one story that you will see in Mahabharata.
Yes,
So
yes, I
that is
know.
how it starts. But everything is happening as per the काल गणना, तो वो counting चलती है उसकी properly.
But counting is given in our scriptures.
Yes, it is there in our scriptures, and a
Okay.
part of that is there in 8th chapter of Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā also. So when we come there, we will try
Okay.
to
And
talk.
Kali means Kali Yuga. In the story
Kali
of the
Yuga. Yes,
Parikshit,
yes,
means Kali Yuga.
Kali Yuga, yes.
Okay. Thank you. Just
Jai Shri Krishna, pranam.
Any
I
other questions?
questions
I think
today?
we don't have any
Yeah, no
questions.
further.
Thank you for your beautiful explanations of the answers of all these questions. Very informative, very knowledgeable. I would like to thank you, and I would like to thank each and every one of the sadhakas for attending this session today. We'll be meeting once again. Yes, Didi, would you like to say something?
No, no.
Okay. And we'll be meeting once again in the next week's enlightening session. I also thank the very hardworking and very vigilant technical team for their continuous efforts in making this session a very great success. And now, to offer the prayers in the lotus feet of Sri Krishna once again, I would like to invite Srimati Kaivaram Padmavati ji, who's from Hyderabad. She is in English literature. She worked as an English teacher and principal for 35 years. Recently, she's retired. She's blessed to be a Geeta Sevi. She joined Geeta Pariwar in July 24. First time she gave Seva in May 2025 as technical assistant. At presently, she's also serving as technical assistant in L2. Welcome, Didi, for the ending prayer.
जय श्री कृष्ण योगेशं सच्चिदानन्दो वासुदेवं व्रजप्रियं धर्मसंस्थापकं वीरं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं श्रीकृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं धन्यवाद.
Thank you, Didi, for this beautiful melodious prayer. Now is the time for Hanuman Chalisa. Yes, Bhaiya, are we having Hanuman Chalisa now?
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मनु मुकुरु सुधारी बरनउ रघुबर विमल जसु जो दायक फलचारी बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेस विकार. जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीसति लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज संवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरतई सम भाई सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सकै कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु लील्योताहि मधुर फल जानू प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज संभारो आपे तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे चारों जुग पर ताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता असवर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई और देवता चित्तन धरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा पवन तनय संकट हरना मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुर भूप सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय।
जय श्री कृष्ण।
Thank you, Devi.
We'll be ending the session.